Hey guys, Steve Welch here. So I've had people ask this question a lot, and I think I made a video about it at one point, but I couldn't find it, so I wanted to go ahead and answer it again. So a lot of people ask on a lot of Toyota vehicles, you've got like this, it's a tape piece right here, right? It's you know, if you kind of take a look at it, you can see that it's a black strip that's here, and it's carried here as well. And you can kind of see that it even, you know, this is kind of blacked out here, but it's just kind of part of how it looks. So you'll look at that and you'll say, all right, well, some of them have it and some of them don't. And you start to wonder, well, what's really the meaning between having this and not having it? There's a reason to have it, right? And I've had people ask the question. You got a gray one right here that's got it too. So and you never see it on the black ones, right? So you go to a black Tundra, which I have a black one that's right down here, and you know, and it's not just Tundras. There's Highlander, all different kinds of vehicles, but the black one that's down here, it doesn't have any of that, right? It would obviously would blend in. There's a reason for it. Why is that look like that there? And it's for exactly that. It's for the look, right? And kind of the reason is, anytime you see like a concept car, all right, I want you to kind of go back to, you know, you get something released, the latest, the greatest, the artist sketched it, it was a beautiful looking vehicle, and what you'll always notice is the windows on all of those sketches are always blacked completely out, kind of like what you think about like a wraparound sunglasses, kind of like the ones I like to wear, right? But they're always blacked completely out. So the idea, from what I understand, right, the idea of why these are here is to give you that look of that completely wrapped around window look on there. So if you take a look, you can kind of see how it looks like that. So they also call it the floating roof, right? So they call it a floating roof look. So it's meant to look like the roof's kind of doing its own thing, and you can really see it, the contrast of it, on a white vehicle, right? And like I said, you'll see them on different vehicles, your 4Runners, your Highlanders. There's other vehicles that they do this on, but you'll see it on there. And like I said, you won't see it on all of them. Here's your old, you know, some of your older Tundras, right? You don't see it on all of them, but the idea behind it is exactly what I said. It's meant to give it a floating roof look so that it looks like the roof's floating and it looks more like whatever the initial concept drawing is, and people tend to get drawn to that kind of a look. So there you go, it's a floating roof. It's like I said, it's tape pretty much, at least that's what it feels like. I mean, I suppose it could be paint, but it's really, it's just, you know, you feel the lines on it and it feels like it's just kind of tape, and you can kind of see it comes down the side. I know I've seen it to where it's been taken off before, and it's, you know, it's got paint under it. So what do you guys think? Does it make it look better? Did you even notice it before? Will you always notice it now? That's your other catch, right? But Steve Welch here, just giving you something else that you might not have noticed about a Toyota. So you guys have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.